Hey, Mom. Dear Mother. My time here has been a real learning experience. My time here has been rough, but nothing compared to the hell that was living with you. This new city is weird and cool. I'm getting used to it, I think. This city sucks, but it's still an upgrade. Someone I met here hooked me up with this computer job while I get myself back together. I got a data entry job typing up junk that computers can't auto-read. Despite everything, I wish I could come back. I don't regret leaving. Turns out, I guess I miss you after all. Miss me yet? Shannon. Dead Letter Department was, well, it was made for me. I've been personally attacked by this game. For those of you not in the know, Dead Letter Department is an atmospheric horror game that came out earlier this year, and it's wonderful. To give a quick overview of what this game is about, you've moved to a new city, into a shitty apartment, and picked up a temp job to cover the rent. Just entering information that the mail scanners can't pick up, so the mail can head to its rightful place. But things get weird. Really weird.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
The premise of this game immediately had me sold. For one thing, I do a lot of data entry in my day-to-day life as an accounts assistant, usually handling invoices for companies. While the document scanners in my job seem to do a bit better than the one in DLD, I still have to, make sure it's correct before it gets processed. I also moved into a strange city somewhat recently and have had to take on a lot of temp jobs due to the nature of my immigration status and due to the tanking economy in New Zealand not really providing much in the way of opportunities. And if you couldn't tell from the intro, part of my reasons for moving weren't just to be with my partner. It was also in hopes of leaving behind a quite fraught relationship with what was left of my family, to leave the first quarter century of my life behind and start new. As cruel as that sounds, it's what I needed. I'm still not really sure if it helped, if I'm honest, but I've got distance down. Maybe I just need more time. But anyway, the game first has you write a letter to a parent or a lover, and I can't lie, it's kind of cathartic. But this wasn't just free therapy in the form of letters that would never be seen. It sets the tone for later. I think the thing that DLD does, well, pretty much right off the bat is its use of lighting. Unnaturally neon colors heavily offset against dark voids of shadows. Not even your apartment is safe from it. The greens and shadows only broken up by scorching reds. Nothing feels good to look at. Especially not that mysterious locked door. Not the cheap bed that is killing your back. Not the mirror with no reflection. The irony being that this game is, in fact, a mirror. How you express your fears, your anger, your hopes, your dreams, your desires. What do you see? What did you want to see? It doesn't matter because you gotta pay rent and fill that empty fridge. Good thing you got a job. The walk to the subway is dark as you're working a night shift, and the office is nothing more than a small room in a warehouse facing the city. It's too bad you can't even seem to greet your neighbors, but I'm sure knocking on the doors at this late hour would be a bad idea, even though you can definitely hear some talking. But whatever. You plop down at the computer and you're instructed to type the highlighted text. And you do. The CRT monitor glows purple. The mechanical keyboard gives a satisfying thwack with each keystroke. You see it all. Addresses, postcards, sometimes other things. Sometimes you hear screaming. But it's probably just the city's usual chorus of noise. But before you know it, the night's work is over and you can go back home to your shitty apartment, your shitty bed. And you start the day over again. This time, it starts like any other, but today the system really seems to be struggling with reading a particular address. Ilse Carnahan. You become familiar with her address, pretty quickly. So there's also another woman, Laura, a high-powered worker, whose postcards to her family seem to keep getting stuck here. The postcard yesterday wasn't too bad, but today, barely readable. She seems exhausted. More letters, and hey, isn't that where you live? And the day ends with an ominous warning. People will come for miles to watch you burn. But hey, it's just mail. It's fine. It wasn't meant for you anyway. The apartment is getting worse somehow. There's noise and an odd smell coming from the boxes. And a strange letter at your door. But before you can process any of that, you hear a door open. Maybe a neighbor, finally. But you go out, and there's no one there. Fine. Back to work. The computer screen doesn't quite look right, but it loads up the mail anyways. Good, because you get paid by the letter. It keeps going on like this. Things you shouldn't see, shouldn't read, pictures of teeth. Stupidly, you ask if there's a ghost in the machine. The auto-reject prompt is the only response you get. Fine. The screen is beginning to tear, it seems. Figure this job that can't even cover your rent would skimp out on decent hardware. But hey, if there's a ghost in the machine, there's no souls without use. Could a computer even have a soul? Actually, you know what? I don't want to find out. That's dangerously close to the torment nexus. I'm already too close for comfort as it is. I've seen enough. And then the letter that stopped me in my tracks. She lived there angry. She died there angry. It's not talking about Ilsa. It's talking about me. If you follow me on social media, you already know this about me. I am angry often. Rage has perpetually lived just below the surface of my being for a long time, ever since I was a young kid, to be honest. It's for a lot of reasons. Dysfunctional family dynamics, exposure to daily and nightly arguments between my parents, growing up during the 2008 credit crisis, my father drinking, my father nearly dying, finding out my father stole the meager savings I had saved up as a young kid from allowances and tooth fairy visits, my mother telling me I was meant to save her marriage to enrich it, and me understanding I didn't by all I had witnessed. Gifted kid syndrome, few friends if any, because of how strict my parents were about letting me do anything on my own that wasn't solely to make me a functional member of society. Boyfriends keeping me as both a surrogate mom and a girlfriend, using up the few bits of sweetness I had left in me until I had nothing left. Weight shame, college burnout, online colleagues and enemies alike chewing me up and spitting me out. The pandemic. The world. So yeah, I lived here angry. More than likely, I'll die here angry. Maybe I'll be lucky and grow old, and the only thing I'll feel is relief as the morphine settles into my bloodstream. As it turns out, yeah, this game is a mirror. You see a lot, but just as the curtains are never just blue, the words you see on the screen are never just what they are on the page. Well, until the power goes out and you can no longer see them. Fine. Go home. Write another letter to Mom. Dear Mom, my fingers ache as I write this. Something is seriously off about this temp job. I'm in a city surrounded by people, and I've never felt more isolated. But anyways, this is my new home. I'm sorry it's turned out like this. Shannon. It's getting worse. There's letters all over the bathroom floor, but hello, at least you look pretty today. Whoever that girl is in the mirror, she made the letters disappear. Except for the one about the rent being due. Good going. As you reach the hallway to begin the trudge to work, something happens. A splitting headache. Your vision is literally cracking. It's hard to see anything at all. A hum echoes in your head, whispers. Until you can see nothing at all. Fine. Try again. Run this time. Your head twitches. Your boss apologizes for yesterday's fuck up, but you can feel the walls closing in. You're finding something new, ASAP. Hey, new hardware though. A backup power source. Timed, but that's okay. But a quick reminder in the face of this uplifting development, I've no future. Ilsa's letters return and you end up lost for a second before snapping back to reality. Turns out maybe there is a ghost in the machine. You find out just in time for the power to go out. The walls are closing in on you. There's something moving in the shadows. God. Despite everything, I wish I could come back. Sleep's getting harder, not just because of the shitty mattress, but also because your body seems to be fighting it tooth and nail. The twitch in your neck has gotten more frequent. Voices. More, which seems strange because your neighbors are getting evicted. Wait, fuck, weren't there doors in this hallway before? Well, shit. Really no choice now but to go to work. What the fuck is this? Your eyes are really messing with you now. Maybe I'm getting close to hell now. The images are moving now. The power goes out again. The sounds get further away. The strangely comforting red light coming from the windows is gone. And hey, wait, is that my fucking desk? Go away. Too late. Fuck. I must have fallen asleep on the job. Must have been a nightmare. Get out. Fast. Get the lead out of your fucking legs and jump. Finally. Done. Fingers are numbly creaking. Wait, what do you mean one more day? You've been trying to claw your way out of this hell. It's getting hard to see anything. But still you persist. The rent is due. There is no home for you besides here. Is there? Good news though. There's a way out. Your coworker pulled through. New job very soon. Just make it through today. But who can concentrate with all that screaming? Me, I guess. I tear straight into the day's work. Never mind the sounds of my fingers as the bones crackle like squished bugs. The sound of whooshing blood as my heart, the only thing still working, filling my ears. God damn it, not again. I really needed the rent and the fucking computer disappeared. Carbon copies of the apartment lie beyond the door. Well, maybe not all of them are carbon copies. After what feels like an eternity, find a new door. And hey, my computer is back. A bunch of them even. What luck. All I have to do is finish my task before the power runs out and the hands suffocate me and... Okay, yeah, this is pretty bad. Did I have a good life? I don't know. Maybe I did. What defines that? Or who? I mean, it did get slightly better with the recipe on the best way to eat balls. But after all that, I refuse to submit. Not again. So go ahead then. End it. I am stronger than your ghosts. I no longer wish to come back.